Protesters were outside of the Supreme Court today battling over whether faith-based groups need to provide birth control for women under their health care plans. Reporter Samantha Witherwax talked to protesters on both sides to find out why they're so passionate.
The music ranged from gospel to gaga, which was fitting as that's pretty much where the opinion stood. It was a crowd full of diversity, and I talked to some Arizona natives about their stance on this controversial issue.
We're just saying, let us be, okay?
Not the church, not the state. We deserve to decide our fate.
There was a lot of disagreement on the steps of the Supreme Court today as the court considered whether or not religious groups should be required to provide contraceptives to their employees.
In our country, all Americans should be free to live and operate peacefully according to their beliefs without threat of government punishment. But unfortunately, today, the Supreme Court, this very American principle is being called into question.
Birth control is here to stay. Happy birthday, ACA.
Phoenix resident Betsy Bervin came by the rally and said that having a different religion as your employer should not affect the health care that one's entitled to.
Everybody has their rights, everybody has their opinions, but we live in a country where your religion and your state is supposed to be separate.
Bervin was among many who believed in our country's freedom of choice.
I don't think that anybody, including the government, should be able to tell me what I'm a woman is allowed to do with my body.
Matt Emery, a Tucson resident, agreed and said that as a man, it's nice to know that women have the right to choose.
You know, it's their body and their children. So it doesn't necessarily mean they're against children, but choosing when they are ready to have their children.
However, Sister Veronica Susan with Little Sisters of the Poor said she doesn't know why the government is forcing institutions of faith and women of faith to violate their beliefs.
We would like to see that the government would uphold our religious liberty by allowing us to be free of any other constraints on our insurance provider for our employees.
Now, the court could be divided 4-4, but we are expecting an answer by this summer. Live in Washington, Samantha Witherwax, Cronkite News.